most dangerous professions in the world. The International Labour Organization estimates that 24,000 people die each year while fishing. The International Maritime Organization, the IMO, is holding a conference in Cape Town this week to come up with ways of reducing fatalities at sea. The Minister of Transport, Ben Martins, will be hosting this conference, and he joins us live now from our studios in Pretoria. Minister, good morning to you. Welcome.
Good morning, Vio, and good morning to your viewers.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. Now, just tell us about how the department got involved with this. Was this a conference awarded to the country?
It was a conference awarded to South Africa. We were nominated by China and supported by Denmark.
Now, we understand that the conference will be looking for ways to make the maritime industry safer. Tell us about some of the thinking that is going to be on the table from South Africa in particular.
What the conference seeks to do is to get the ratification of the 1977 Torremolinos Convention. The convention over the past 30 years has not been applied or has not come into legal force. So the main objective of the South African leg of this conference is to get all countries to ratify this convention.
Now, the conference is expected also to consider and adopt an agreement on the implementation of the 1993 protocol relating to the 1977 Torremolinos International Convention for the Safety of Fishing Vessels. Now, just looking at that and where things are now, what is likely to come out of that?
We are likely to achieve agreement because all the main countries are in South Africa presently. And there is a draft agreement which various committees are discussing. They started discussing this yesterday. So we are very confident that there will be agreement with regard to the finalization of this agreement and its implementation. It's very important because it deals with measures to ensure that the fishermen and women who daily face the perils of the sea are able to do their work under safer working conditions.
Now, Minister, this is an interesting time also for South Africa because it's a burgeoning period for South Africa's maritime sector itself. So discussing the growth of the maritime sector in South Africa while looking at matters of safety. So there's a lot for the country to learn in this particular space.
There is, because we have not fully exploited the possibilities of the maritime industry. So it's very important to make students at high school level and also at tertiary level aware of the opportunities that are available in the maritime industry. For instance, there are opportunities pertaining to maritime engineering. People can also become captains, and related skills to the refurbishment of engines and equipments on ships.
Right.
So there are various opportunities that people can avail themselves for training for.
Okay. Just looking back now, Minister, at the intro, the International Labour Organization estimates 24,000 people die each year while fishing. What are the statistics that are South Africa specific? How many people die in South Africa from fishing-related activity?
The numbers are not as high as our counterparts throughout the world, but on average, it depends on the year. At times, we have had fatalities numbering 300. On other years, we have had the number going up to 400. So it varies.
Yeah.
But our responsibility is to ensure that fishermen and women who go out to sea are able to do so under much safer conditions.
And presumably the Department of Agriculture, Fisheries and Forestry is also involved, considering that the fishing portfolio falls within that particular department.
That's correct. Our approach is to work together with our sister departments in order to ensure that the people who work at sea do so under much safer conditions.
All right. Minister, just quickly to talk about other matters in the transport sector. What is the department doing with regards to the latest difficulties at South African Airways?
We are in consultation with the management of SAA. I'm presently the acting Minister of Public Enterprises. So that situation is in hand. There will be a proper handover from the CEO who has resigned a day or two ago. So we are confident that there will be resolution to the challenges faced by SAA.
Are you worried about the presumed losses of 1.5 billion at least?
It's a matter for concern, but we have been discussing a number of measures to ensure that our national carrier gets into the black again, gets out of the red and gets into the black.
Some are of the view that perhaps SAA may be overstaffed by as much as 20%. Is that a view that government holds as well?
The view of government is that we need to ensure that all critical positions within SAA are filled. So it's not our view that it's overstaffed. There's a need to ensure that all the critical posts are filled so that the SAA can operate at a maximum and optimal level.
All right. The truck driver strike, Minister, you must be concerned about that as well.
We are concerned about the truck drivers' strike, but we are also heartened by the reality that at present employers and workers, the trade unions are negotiating, and we are confident that this matter will be resolved. It's in the best interest that this particular strike comes to a speedy end, because industry has taken a knock, but so has workers too.
Is the department in any way involved? It's gone on for a little while now, this strike affecting the whole logistics sector of the country. Is department likely to get involved, or are you still leaving it as a labor and employer relationship that is?
It's still at the labor and employer relationship level. As soon as we deem it necessary to assist in the process, we'll be ready and able to do so.
All right. Minister Ben Martins is responsible for the portfolio of transportation. Thank you very much for your time joining us on Morning.